The Expo SkyTrain Line, the backbone of Greater Vancouver's rapid transit network, opened in 1986 and connects downtown Vancouver, Burnaby, New Westminster, and Surrey. Much has changed since the Expo line opened. The population in the region has increased by more than one-third, and there has been significant development around many of the stations. The regional transit system has expanded, and ridership has increased, exceeding expectations. Now, the Expo line carries far more passengers than any other line in the network. Its central role will continue to grow with the expansion of the rapid transit network. After 20 years, the Expo line is a clear success. Demands on this important line will continue to increase, and investment is needed to ensure stations meet today's needs for efficient and convenient passenger access. A visit to Broadway, Metrotown, and Main stations reveals many of the challenges facing the stations and the transportation network as a whole. Broadway Station is the busiest station in the rapid transit network, with approximately 50,000 people going through it each day. It is part of the Broadway Commercial Transit Hub, the intersection of the Millennium and Expo lines, and the main node on the region's busiest bus corridor. 115,000 passengers pass through this complex daily. The station was not designed to be a transfer point, and the sheer volume of passengers passing through Broadway Station presents significant access and capacity constraints. The largest transfer volumes in the system are funneled through a single constrained entrance. As a result, passenger volumes are poorly distributed along the length of the platform, creating congestion at its north end. The positioning of the elevator creates a pinch point, obstructing passenger flow to and from the platform. With no south entrance, connections from the south are inconvenient. The most direct route is through a back alley, providing a poor passenger experience. A metal mesh wall has been used at Broadway Station and most other stations on the Expo line, which reduces visibility and creates a dark station environment. Signage at Expo line stations does not provide clear direction to passengers. For example, at this station, connections to the buses, including the most important bus-train connection in the system, is unclear. With the extension of rail rapid transit west along Broadway, the significance of this station as a transfer hub will increase, and the issues seen now will intensify. Since Expo 86, Metrotown has grown as a regional town center and is now the second busiest station on the line. Like Broadway, Metrotown has capacity constraints at its entrances. Metrotown Station has only one entrance, and as a result, passengers are disproportionately loaded on the east end of the platform, while the remainder of the platform is underutilized. Significant crowding occurs in the walkway, escalator, and stairs, and this will become more acute with growth. The walkway linking the station to Metropolis Mall and office buildings has 3 steps, which interrupts passenger flow and can create difficulty for many passengers. Lines often form at the ticket vending machines, further obstructing passenger movement. There is no escalator from the ground level to the ticket purchasing level, so the east entrance is not accessible to those who cannot manage stairs. The quality of the routes leading to the station are poor. At the west side of the station, an elevator is provided. Because it is the only access at this side of the station and the closest connection to the bus loop and Station Square Mall, the elevator is consistently overcrowded. Like most Expo line stations, the Metrotown elevator is slow and small. Because they are made of a solid rather than transparent material, the elevators limit visibility. Half of the passengers using this station transfer to or from a bus. The bus loop is located across the street from the station. Passengers cannot see their connecting bus and must walk a significant distance to transfer. Passengers connecting between the elevator and the loop are unprotected from the weather. The sidewalk is narrow and indirect. As a result, passengers frequently cut across the loop instead. Main Station is the 5th busiest station on the Expo line, and a key transfer point for high-volume bus routes. Use of this station will grow with construction of the Olympic Village and nearby redevelopment. The entrance on the east side of Main Street is used by more than half of the passengers at this station. However, passengers must climb a long flight of stairs to reach the platform. Main Station was the first Expo station to be built, and the platform here is narrower than at other stations. Because there is not a full east entrance, ticket vending machines are located on the platform, creating an obstruction in an already constrained space. On the west side of Main Street, there is no escalator access from the street. Passengers who can't use stairs must use the elevator at the far west end of the platform. Passengers transferring from a northbound bus must walk a significant distance and cross a busy street. The elevator is located in a dark and remote area removed from other passenger activity. Although the bus stop is located directly under the platform, the connections between the station and the buses is indirect. This adds to travel time and means exiting passengers cannot quickly identify whether their bus is arriving. The bus transfer area is overcrowded and unpleasant. Like many other Expo Line stations, it lacks proper weather protection and is often dark due to the guideway overhead. Shelters and benches are removed from the bus stop and therefore not well used. The Expo stations are all similar, and many issues shown at Broadway, Metrotown, and Main Station are also found at other Expo stations. Wayfinding is consistently unclear. Passengers are not provided sufficient protection from the weather. Many of the stations lack upward escalators, and in some instances, descending escalators are needed. Elevators are slow, sometimes too small, often inconveniently located, and can be uninviting or uncomfortable for passengers to use. Building materials limit natural light and reduce visibility. The architectural character is utilitarian, and the station aesthetics appear dated. A look at some of the Millennium Line stations provides examples of how stations can be designed differently, such as the provision of both up and down escalators at high-volume stations, sufficient access route capacity to meet the current and future demands on the station, the use of transparent materials that enhance security and passenger environment through better sightlines and light levels, a station aesthetic and architectural quality that provides a high level of passenger comfort and allows for a unique station character. There are a number of initiatives underway that have provided a vision for station improvements. There are also plans for development around a number of stations, such as New Westminster and Surrey Central, that create opportunities for partnering with developers and municipalities to improve the stations and station area. Making improvements to the Expo stations will maximize the benefit of infrastructure investments already in place, and is key to ensuring the transportation system meets growing demand, changing passenger expectations, and evolving standards of access.